Good evening. Right. How's things? It's Andy from the Crawling here. Um. Oh shit. Hold on. Get rid of that. Right. Here we are for the live stream via Facebook. Haven't done one of these in a while. Hopefully there's some people watching, and I have beer, so it's all good anyway. Right. First things first. Just wanted to say, so welcome everyone to the live stream. And I hope you're all staying safe. The COVID-19 thing is obviously still ongoing, which is why we are doing the internet rather than actually seeing people face to face, which is still very shit. But you know, that's the way it is at the minute. So I hope you're all staying safe. Doing the mask thing, if that's something that you think you should do, whatever, just do it. Hopefully, if we all do the mask thing and do the social distancing and washing our hands, all that carry on, that eventually this is all going to go away and we can get back to normality of having people in a room together and maybe doing gigs sooner rather than later. So there's a few things I'm going to go through. It's not going to be, this isn't going to be a very long thing. Just going to sort of tell you what's going on with the crawling, what we have been doing, what we're hoping to do, what we definitely won't be doing, and basically what's been going on in the middle of the pandemic. So, and also enjoying beer while I do this. First things first, I'm going to try and keep an eye here as well on the comments as to what's going on. And if there's anything you want to know, drop it in and I'll keep checking on and off to see who's chatting and hopefully be able to answer questions or fill you in. So at the minute, who have we got on here? Joe Duffin, Hale's brother, how are you? Sylvia McCormick, big supporter of the band as well. Good to see you. Thanks for coming along. And who else is in there? Tony Cairns. Hi, Tony. Thanks for coming. I saw you saying you were coming. Wayne. Hi, Wayne. Can you ban Babu Roy? Sadly not. I have tried to delete the comments. There's some strange spammy Indian thing going on in the comments. Just ignore him. Fuck him. Jake Bristow says, "Hey man, hope you're well and staying safe." Yes, so far so good, mate. Haven't got sick that I know of. Sort of, but we'll talk about that later. But now I'm good. Who Williams, hello from West Wales. Wales, how are you? And Carrie is sorting out the spam. So, never mind that fucker, Joe. Right. So, first thing I'm going to address with the crawling at the minute is gigs. So, the way that we're going to work gigs at the moment is that we aren't let me see what ways are better to put this. We're not booking any shows, as in we're not employing any bookers and we're not booking any ourselves, because I would rather wait until a gig happens, and then once it's clear that gigs are starting to move forward and they are going to actually happen, then I'll look forward into actually booking the gigs, because it's fucking boring booking shows to then go, yes, we booked a gig, and then be told, no, you can't do that gig, and then we're cancelling shows. So we lost all the original gigs we had booked for the year, and then we tried to redate them, and then those got cancelled. So anyone that's sort of been booking the band so far, we're just going to wait. So I'm not arranging any tours. I'm not booking any local shows. I'm basically not doing anything. Bookers have approached us for gigs for 2021, and if it's after March, we're accepting those dates. And hopefully, I think that's maybe the time things are going to sort of switch back on. So that's kind of where we are with that. So I'm not booking any gigs. I'm not arranging any tours. If bookers come to us, I'm taking on gigs from March, April time onwards. because that's when I sort of envisage that perhaps things will happen in some level. Um, I have also been chatting with bookers about socially distanced gigs, and that will very much depend on you people. So I don't know. Leave some comments or what do you think? I don't know what's going to happen with the gigs as to what's going to happen first. I can't imagine the world just switching back on and us getting to just go back to what we had, for sake of argument, a year ago. I imagine there will be gigs either with restrictions. I don't think the mask thing is going to go away anytime soon, which leaves us then to painted squares on the floor and playing gigs to larger venues with less people. Um, we are one of those bands that are probably in a good position because, for sake of argument, we can draw like in Belfast we can draw 150 people. There are venues that we can play that can facilitate those sort of lower numbers and make it achievable that we could actually probably sell out to a lower percentage of people. So it's whether you want to see us play to a large venue squared off with less people. I'll leave that with you. Initially, it was something that I really didn't want to do, but that was nearly a year ago. So um, I feel different about it now in that I would probably try it once and see how horrendous it is, or maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll be intimate and it could be very good. But I'm not sure how that would work for us. But I will definitely try it once. Um, so I think certainly for it would need to be a Belfast show because that's where we're more likely. That's where our fan base is predominantly Belfast. We have a bigger fan base in Belfast. So if we could play a venue, for sake of argument, the Limelight, which is capacity, or the Limelight 2, capacity of whatever it is, but at least 300 people, we could probably put 50 people in there, um, possibly with socially distancing in place, and the ticket price is going to be higher because there's still the venue higher, there's still the lights, still the sound guy. So you'd probably be looking, I don't know, tenner ticket to go with 49 other people and watch us on a big stage, kind of spaced out. Is that something that you'd be into? I don't know. Maybe. When everyone's chatting about that. So it's the only way I can see it moving forward for us at the minute. Unless, well, there is a vaccine coming. I know that. But it's only for healthcare workers. So I said maybe by March, vaccines will happen. I don't know how everyone feels about the vaccine. And then do you have to wear a wristband and prove that you're vaccinated to get into a gig? Can't really see that happening. But who fucking knows? So I'm gonna have a look at the comments here, see what's happening. So here we got Tony Cairns, big fan base in India. Apparently so. Chris Craig, Hales, how are you, mate? Hope you're well. Nicky, how are you? No beers. So Joe says need to gig in the Limelight. So Joe, would you do 50 people in the Limelight? Does that sound like fun? Hugh Williams, sense of way to approach this gig, pointless unless everyone is safe and can enjoy and participate fully. Yeah, and I think that's it. You have to be safe for a start, and again, participation. But that is the key. The whole point for us to play live is to engage with people and to get something across. Do you think would you get the same buzz from seeing us in a smaller numbers in a large venue? It seems a big ask, but I don't know. Wayne Donaldson, absolutely attend a socially distanced gig. Yes, you'd attend. I'd do it. I will do it. But would you enjoy it? Have you tried? Has anyone tried it? By the way, has anyone been? Joe Duffin, getting somebody straight out of hoodie. Fuck off. It's a fucking great hoodie. It's only one I had clean. Fuck off. Claire Hampton, beer deliveries Deed Square. I presume it would be some sort of service like that. I don't know. I don't know. Dimitri hails from Russia. Awesome, mate. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have no idea what fucking time it is in Russia, but I really do appreciate you coming in. And Claire Hampton, only way to go is to give it a try. I do agree. It's something initially, like I say, I was so, no, I don't want to do that. But now it's something that I'm like, yes, I will definitely have a go. So yes, if they will do socially distance gigs, we will do one. So that's where we are on the gig front. When it comes to our rehearsals, and I'm just keeping an eye here as well, rehearsals and writing, it's been really fucking difficult. First of all, we are from Northern Ireland. For those of you who don't know, the Crawling are based in Northern Ireland, and the three of us all have jobs. Some of us are furloughed, some of us are still at work, some of us are frontline staff. So rehearsals, we had to abide by local restrictions, which for a long time was just you can't rehearse. Kind of now, it's like non-essential journeys are like not allowed. I think pretty much, and different households can't mix unless you're in a pre-arranged bubble thing, which the Crawling aren't. We have families and friends and stuff like that we've sort of individually bubbled with. So rehearsals have kind of had to come to a complete halt. There was a gap about a month or two ago where we got like 2 or 3 weeks, and then restrictions came in again. So rehearsals kind of haven't happened. Also, Stuart's been a bit ill, which he's happy for me to discuss, by the way. Not at length, but anyway, Stuart's been a bit sick and he's getting sorted. So he's been out of action for 4 or 5 weeks anyway, but now he's getting himself sorted. He's getting better, so he's ready to practice again in another couple of weeks once he recovers. And hopefully by that point, restrictions will have eased and then we can get back in the practice room. So with the restrictions, we have been unable to rehearse when it came. So that's that's just kind of really usually for gigging for us. If we have a gig coming up, we would do a lot of rehearsals for live shows. But also, Wolves and Hideous White was out 2 years ago now. So I had planned to release an album towards the end of this year. And that obviously fell down ours once the pandemic hit because we can't practice. I'll come back to releasing music soon in relation to that. So we can't practice, and that affects writing. But I tend to do a lot of writing just on my own. So I'd write a lot of guitars, write a lot of the lyrics, do the sort of demos, bring them to practice, and we tidy the songs up, and then they become tracks. But there's been issues with writing personally for me in that I'd written quite a few tracks, basically an album's worth, but I can't get them to the rehearsal room, and then I've been writing more and more tracks, and I have no fucking idea if they sound good, if they feel right, if it's a direction that the other two guys want to go. So I've kind of had to just stop doing that because I just don't know where I am with the writing process. Yes, I know there's lots of people can stay at home and just write album after album, and I do a lot of writing at home, but I do need the feedback from Stuart and Gary in the room just to get an idea of how it feels up loud, because you can't write heavy metal on a computer beside a TV screen. It's not the rock and roll way. It requires human beings. And I've also realized that as well with not playing live. Because without playing live, I haven't been really speaking to people. I haven't been in that culture of heavy metal. I haven't seen my friends. I haven't seen bookers, promoters, other bands. And I've come to realize that it's that social interaction that is heavy metal that has been removed. So therefore, I can't get the crawling music to work without that organic sort of thing that we do quite a lot. So it's really fucked up the writing. So I have 6 songs written. We had 2 in the rehearsal space that sounded excellent, and I have another 4 that are demoed, but it's just me on my own, so it's the guys could be like, no, that's shit. So um, there was one we were just about to start, which is definitely going to happen. I have 1 track that I'm fairly confident is good, and I have 2 tracks that I'm not sure about because I've just been on my own too long, so I'm not sure if they're going to fit. So that's where I am with the writing. Um, I'm still putting down ideas and still going over what I have, but I can't. It's just I'm concerned that the music isn't just good enough because it's just me on my own. That's really the height of it. Right, let's see what's going on here. Um, Russian friend, it's midnight. That's very rock and roll because it is a school night. Nikki, no beers. I'm impressed. Nikki's been off the beer for ages now, and that's pretty awesome. Tony Cairns, just want to see live metal. So we're going back to the socially distanced thing, and yeah, it seems to be okay. Wayne went to a distance comedy night, different but still brilliant. Thinks a gig could work. Well, I think you're the only person so far that I know who's actually been out to something. So that's good to know. So thanks for sharing that. I would need to think about something we could do that would bring something else to it. But if we are going to do a socially distance gig, we'd make a definite effort to bring something to the gig. Yeah. Shane Boyle definitely do a socially distanced gig for chance of live music. Yeah, I hear it. And wishing Stuart to get well. Yeah, he's good. Stuart's on the mend. It's all good. Richie, good to hear you. May have an EP at least. Miss you, buddy. Miss you too, Richie. It's been too long, brother. It's quite sad because we actually had a lot of gigs booked for your neck of the woods, so I would have been seeing you. An EP at least. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's talk then about actually releasing music, which is something I have been going over in my head for the last probably since this has come in because I had plans to release an album this year. And the longer this goes on, I can see that releasing music is difficult. I've seen bands release music, and I don't think it works releasing music at the moment. There have been bands in the local scene that have released fantastic albums. Draconis, for one. Unfortunately, their album came out just as this kind of hit, which must have been very difficult for them because they couldn't support it with a launch date, and that just or once on one date, I think it was maybe the video launch date. I can't remember exactly. It was that long ago. But to put out an album and be unable to do shows, it's not for me. For those who aren't in bands and don't do this sort of thing, releasing music is a lot of fucking effort, and to write, record, mix, master, PR an album, shoot music videos, which you kind of can't do either, and then put it out without a gig, it's just commercial suicide. I'm not putting albums out to make money, fuck, obviously, but I do want people to hear the music, and releasing it at the moment, a whole album, definitely not. So an EP, I considered. Again, for us, that could be 20 minutes of music. It's a lot of music. So what we have decided is to do something. So there is new material coming. We are going to do a single. So we're just going to release 1 track that I have written off the forthcoming album. Not quite sure how we're going to record it just at the moment. Again, restrictions in place, so we can't be in the room together. I know that much. But the minute we're able to sort of be in a room where we can socially distance, wear masks, and I can record the drums at least, then Stuart and I can do the guitars at home separately, and like obviously the vocals and the guitars I can do in the studio by myself, and then mix and master on my own, pretty much. So we are going to do a single, and there is going to be a B side to it. The A side is going to be Sparrow, which was one of the first tracks I'd written towards a new album. It's the only track we really got to rehearse as a band, and therefore it's the only track that I'm totally happy is completely done. So that is definitely happening. It's happening. Not sure when, because I have to get it recorded and sorted first. We've got an artist on board. We have artwork for the single, and as I say, the B side is a secret. So I'm not telling you anything about the B side. But it's all down to Gary. Gary Beatty arranged the B side, and it's all down to him. So I'm quite excited about it. It's something that we've never done before. It's a bit different. It was a challenge, and I think it's going to sound really good. So looking forward to getting that out. In terms of the actual release, it won't be before the end of the year because I haven't got it recorded yet, for one. But even if I record it tomorrow, I couldn't get it out before the end of the year because of the lead time that goes with digital platforms and stuff. Probably be just a digital release only. Maybe. I don't know. I haven't totally decided yet. Depends how it sounds, depends how good it is, and whatever I decide to do. But I think it's going to be a digital release. Possibly some merch, maybe a t-shirt to go with it. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so before we go on to that, let me see what else is happening. Nicky, off the booze 8 days. 8 days was a long time. Single CD like the very first one. I have looked at single CDs, but from my experience over the last couple of years of being in the crawling and releasing music, digital is on the way up, and CDs kind of not really, people kind of not really buying it anymore. I don't know, maybe a CD single, but it depends. If it's something that people want, yes, I will do it, but it has to be enough people. Otherwise, it's a lot of money shelling into something that's going to sit in my house and gather dust, like my last band's CDs, which I don't want because the crawling has been great at actually people buying shit. Split with another band. Yes, that's been knocked about as well. Had considered it, but to be brutally honest, anyone that knows me, this will not be a surprise. I am a complete control freak, and the thought of having another band involved in something freaks me out because I have no idea how I would make that work so that I could be in complete control. So maybe, I don't know. I also have to find a cool band that I like that much that I would put our name against it. But yeah, it's something that I have thought about, and I get a lot of people suggesting it. So maybe I should just actually do that. New merch on the upcoming EP. Stop saying EP. I did not say EP. That was Richie said EP. It's a single. Cool, the secret one. Yep. Relaxed interactive gig, chill, talk to the fans, have a laugh, take the piss out of people. I can do all those things, but I can't do it when I'm doing the crawling. So if I'm playing the crawling live, it's a different experience for me. So I think it would have to be pretty quiet from the vocal end of view. I don't think, but I don't know. Maybe some interaction, as in like maybe chatting about the songs, maybe sort of inspiration, maybe between tracks, or an explanation, or inspiration for the lyrics, something like that, maybe. But I'm just not really. Anyone that's seen us live knows I don't really talk a lot. Jerry Murphy, Words That Burn, they're doing something. They've like a wordless release coming out. So check out Words That Burn. They have something happening this week, or had just released details of it today. Hope you guys are keeping well. Yes, we are, mate. Hope you guys are keeping well too. Tough at the moment, not be able to do what we love. Hopefully things will improve soon. Take care. Take care too, mate. And yes, it is shit not getting to do gigs. Do you think you'll ever reference COVID or the pandemic in your future lyrics? No, definitely not. I think there's a lot of bands that are doing the pandemic related stuff, and it's just not something that I really feel that I need to sing about. it's probably inspired some things that I'm doing maybe, but um, no. When it comes to crawling, most of our stuff is about isolation and desperation anyway. So I've been covering it for years. So no, definitely nothing pandemic related, and it certainly won't be like the album's not going to be called The Virus or something like that. Fucking hell. Um, it certainly inspired me to do other things. I've done some isolated musical stuff by myself, which again, anyone that knows me know I've been doing that. But in terms of actually releasing pandemic themed stuff, it's like no, definitely not. Richie LaFoe would love some stage 2021 if Crawling did a garage stage EP similar to Taliga. Not too serious, but a few unexpected covers. Yeah, the problem is I'm not very good at playing guitar. Um, the covers thing actually interests me a lot, but um, I think the biggest thing with covers is that from the Crawling as a band, obviously we have a death metal vocal, and actually getting a death metal vocal to fit on a cover is really, really fucking difficult because I've thought about covers lots of times for all different bands. Um, when I sang with a clean tone in Honey for Christ, my previous band, there was a bit more scope for covers, but when it comes to the Crawling, it's a bit, Cookie Monster over a track sounds a bit shit. So it's really, really difficult. So you have to be very clever with how you do a cover. So it takes a lot of work. And doing an EP or an album's worth of that is like fucking hell. It's a lot of work. If I had that much time, I would invest it in new material, I think. But maybe if we could get the next album out and then sort of think about covers and then get it sort of together and record it and then keep it and then sort of bring it out later. Could be something. Yeah, it is. But yeah, Cookie Monster vocals. Fucking terrible for covers. I mean, what, what do you call that fucking crazy fucker from Cannibal Corpse? Chris Barnes. Chris Barnes did it in 6 Feet Under, I think. Yes, he did. He did a lot of covers with a Cookie Monster vocal, and they're fucking awful. All the music is brilliant, but here in ACDC with a death metal vocal, nobody needs that. At least it's not for me anyway. Brian Carty. Hey, Brian. What band do you love to share a stage with? Fuck. A lot of bands that I love. Who would it be at the minute? I'm trying to think. I'm not totally sure. My sort of go-to for that sort of thing would be My Dying Bride. Fun fact, I have done that before, and it was 20 years ago in Dublin. So I was in Honey for Christ, and I play with My Dying Bride. So that's the sort of the go-to thing. But I've done that. So who else? I'm not sure. I genuinely not sure. Probably something like Catatonia, because they're a fucking really good band. I'm a big fan of Catatonia. But I imagine it'd be quite quiet. Don't know, I'm not basing that on anything, but I don't know. So Catatonia, or I have thought a lot about, they're gone now, sadly. Valenfire, Gregor McIntosh, Paradise Lost, and Hamish Godthrim, ex My Dying Bride. Whenever they had the Valenfire thing going, there was a bit of chat amongst me and a promoter about wouldn't it be cool to bring Valenfire over and then we could do like dates with them, because I think the mix would have been fantastic, and I would love to meet Gregor McIntosh, and I know Hamish quite well, so that would have been really cool. So that would have been class, I think, Valenfire. But I see Godthrim would work well. Hamish's new band. Yeah. So it's a lot of bands. Don't want covers, want the Crawling. Yeah, I haven't the time to learn covers. Plus I'm a bit shit in guitar. What about the name of the album or song, The Crawling Chaos? Could do that. Shane Hughes, Paul Bearer. Yes, Paul Bearer, cool. Playing with My Dying Bride, definitely achievable. Yeah, My Dying Bride. That's that would be great now because they're even more famous, and that would maybe make us more famous. Right. Merchandise is next thing I want to talk about. First and foremost, oh shit. Thank you to everybody that has been buying merchandise from the crawling since we stopped playing gigs. I don't think we have ever sold as much merch online or even in a year collectively, gigs or no gigs. The support that we have received has been nothing short of fucking unbelievable. Um, I have seen repeated names that I know from previous purchases picking up merch, like, month in, month out. They're just coming back. It's like payday, gonna buy another crawling thing, and people are buying the sort of the higher end stuff of ours, like hoodies. A lot of hoodies go on, and new T-shirts. Um, the money that comes in from that just is. It's not that we make money, because we don't actually take money out of the crawling. It all just stays with the band. Um, and it it just enables us to do more stuff. So the support that we've received has been mind blowing, and the financial money that comes in, any profit from that, we're just putting right back in. So it's enabled us to get more stuff, and we now have money to do vinyl, which was, I think, one of my goals is to have a crawling album on record, because I don't do the vinyl thing, truth be told, but it's just cool as fuck. There's no debating it. Vinyl is cool as fuck. Um, I had thought about doing, ways of getting out Wolves and Vinyl or Anatomy of Loss, because there was a bit of chat about it last year. But basically, it's so fucking expensive that we just didn't have the money to do it. Now we do. So the money that's come in is going to cover the vinyl of our next album, which is because of you people. Which, it's fucking brilliant, and that's it. That's really it. You've allowed us to do the very thing that you wanted and that we wanted to do, and it's just what people have been buying merch, and it all adds up. And no matter if it's, people are buying hoodies and t-shirts and beanies all in one order, or if you're just buying a CD single at €1 or £1 or whatever, all those things add up, and now we can do something brilliant. So for a fact, the next album will be available on vinyl because of people buying merch from us in the middle of this shit. And fun fact, we released a hoodie and sold out of all of them without doing a single gig, which for us is just absolutely fucking outstanding. So thank you for that. As I say, it's allowed us to get more, and there will be more merch coming. As I say, we're going to do a single, and there's probably going to be a t-shirt to come with it, and something else. And the t-shirt isn't going to be just another t-shirt. I'll leave it there. It's fucking, yeah, I have plans for shit. It's going to be great. Going back to the chat here, Valenfire split up. I know, it's sad times. Strigoi. Yeah, that's kind of the same, kind of where we're going back to talking about who the crawling could play with. And I've mentioned Valenfire, and as Dimitri rightly points out, they split up. But Strigoi have kind of taken over where they stopped, because Gregor's got a new band. That'll be good. We can maybe find out about that. Richie, your merch is always class. Well deserved, my man. I'm sure the crawling bedspread. In fairness, we haven't been too over the top with merch. Like it's t-shirts. That's like it's legitimate shit. I know you got a free bottle opener. Fuck up. Joe, whoa, vinyl. Yes, vinyl is definitely happening. So next album. What else have I got to talk about? Really just what else have we had? Oh, videos, music videos. Again, all great plans fucked up because of COVID-19. We had planned to release another couple of videos, but that's obviously fucked because we can't even be together in a room, never mind film a video and get filmographers involved and all that sort of shit. So that's a bit fucked. If we do have a new single, well, when we have a new single, ideally I'd like to do a video for it, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. So that kind of leaves the option of a video with one of us only, which is probably going to be the singer, let's face it. So do you want to see a video of just me in it? If I could find a way to make that work, would you want us to wait and do full video with all of us if I can, if when it's possible again? Um, Also, what is the crack with lyric videos? Do people like lyric videos? Personally, uh, I prefer a performance video or a story video. So that's kind of where I go with the crawling. When I first started doing videos, I didn't know if a music video, as we know it, was achievable. So I went straight to lyrics, which is why Choking on Concrete and End of the Rope were kind of more or less lyric videos. But now that we've sort of get into filming our own stuff and editing our own videos, I prefer a sort of storyboard performance video. But now that I definitely can't, and there are some people that make fucking awesome lyric videos, so that could be an option for us. Maybe for the B side. Maybe. So that's kind of where we are with the video thing. I don't think there's anything else really going on. See anyone else? So if you want to ask anything, ask now before we wrap all this up. Dun, dun, dun. Tony Karen still going. Hoodies are class. That's my favorite merch I own. Fact. Thanks, Brian, and really sincerely thank you for buying that, especially the likes of a hoodie. I know they're expensive for you guys to buy. They're expensive for us to make, and there's a profit margin in it, but it generally does all go back in. So the next T-shirt has more colors, more prints, and better packaging, and it's just gonna be awesome. And it's because of all you people buying the hoodies. I think the last hoodie was probably the best piece of merch we've ever done. But there was additional cost to 5 screens, and all the colours that went with it. So I think the merch bill for that run was over $2,000, which we had to collaboratively, which we together had to get the money for, and invest. And you guys just fucking rocked it by buying it all, and we got the money back and made a bit of money, which means we can get more t-shirts done at an even better level, which means we can employ artists that we want to employ and just get even better merch. So thanks for buying that. I appreciate that. Beer. So yes, thank you. Any plans to play festivals next year if they're able to go ahead? Yes, festivals are going to happen. Tell me festivals are going to happen next year. It has to. It can't not. What have we got booked? We have a festival over here, the sort of strange thing in the mountain, which just sounds like it could be fucking awesome. As far as we know, that's going to happen. It's small enough that it actually might be one of the first viable gigs, and it's outdoor. So the Leitrim show that we're doing in Ireland, the 3-day weekender, bring your own beer camping. I can't remember the dates off the top of my head. They'll be in our events. That is probably definitely one of the most things you want to keep an eye on, because it could happen. Other festivals, if Siege Limerick goes ahead, we were booked to play last year, so I'd imagine, hopefully, we'll be brought on to the next billing, all things being equal. There was one in Cork, which we were going to do, which, again, hopefully will be moved on to. Bloodstock is happening. Yeah, I would say by next August. Fucking hell. Bloodstock is definitely going to happen. And we are booked to play. And it is definitely happening. We were booked basically as soon as it was postponed, cancelled, call it whatever you like. We were contacted and rebooked. So we are definitely playing Bloodstock. Not sure what way the days are going to work, but yeah, we're going to be there. Just chatting about the lyric videos. Love lyric videos, but not as a replacement for official music video. Yeah, I think that's my feeling on it. If you can't do an official music video, lyric videos are probably the way forward. Like now, I suppose we could do a lyric video and then do a video for it later. Might be cool. But yeah, I think that's my sort of vibe on it as well. So video for Still No Sun was phenomenal. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. It was good fun because it was filmed in a bar and I drank beer the whole way through. um, Joe Duffin, I'm 50. Don't buy hoodies for fuck's sake, but got one for the lads. Good man. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Joe. You know, I know you bought a lot of shit, and I know you bought a lot over the COVID period. And as I say, it all adds up, and it's why we're continuing to do what we're doing. Because if I didn't have any sort of feedback, probably would have given up. Good Lord, your accent is beautiful. Many would argue different, but thank you, Neve. Shane Hughes. Oh, Shane, you still got my amp? Huh? Have you? Um, so you ever thought about getting a guest musician to do something in any of your stuff? You looking at a job? Yes, I have. See, I had an idea for doing something, and I'm really excited about it. I'm not even sure how to talk about this, like giving it away in case it happens. Okay, I had an idea of doing a cover song with someone, and it's not a metal song, and the singer songwriter is from Ireland, so I thought it'd be class if we got them to do vocals, because that would avoid the Cookie Monster thing, you know. So proper vocalist, great fucking song, dark as fuck, sort of with the death metal, screamy backing vocal, but with all death metal sort of stuff, and then get that artist to put the main vocal on, and it would have been fucking brilliant. Got really hammered and thought I would contact them, and they never got back to me. So my illusions are shattered, and I'm so yeah. So I haven't moved any further with that because I'm ashamed. But yes, I have. In terms of if you mean like just other guitar players and sort of within our sort of realm of music, actually we already have. So there. Pete from Stranglewire did the chorus vocals on Choking on Concrete, our first ever single. So he sang on that. So yes, we have had it. I've also thought about getting other vocalists on board. I remember the first time I saw oh shit, I can't remember the fucking name of the band. Oh fuck, that's terrible. Nope, it's gone. Sorry. Belfast band. Ruby Black is the singer, and her black metal vocal is fantastic. I was like, that would be fucking class as a backing vocal, but I never get around to doing it. Wayne Donaldson, The Strange Thing in the Mountain. I know, I really should fucking. Do you know, that sounds shit. The problem is that it's been so long since I've thought about gigs, I have forgotten about fucking everything. Iron Mountain Metal Fest. It just came to me. Apologies, Phil. No, it's been that long since I've even thought about gigs. I can't even fucking remember what the gigs we had were called or they're booked. There's 3 festivals that I know we're booked for next year, and I can't remember the fucking name of them. It's just a different world now. Bloodstock better happen next year. It is. It's a fuck. Do you know? I remember whenever the pandemic came in and the lockdown happened, I'm thinking, do you know, Bloodstock's gonna be fine though. Like I genuinely thought it was like, well, we'll lose all the fucking local gigs and a couple of these fucking straggle gigs and gigs in satellite towns, and maybe we'll cancel the Scottish dates, but at least we'll have Bloodstock. And then it never happened, and being really fucking rattled in that this is fucking real. This is actually happening. So I'm still afeared that Bloodstock might not happen, but I do think the potential is very, very high for it to happen. So it will. Valparga. That was it. Yes. Sorry. Black metal band from Belfast. The first time I saw Valparga, I don't think they've played with us, and they didn't have a drummer at the time, and it was a lot of backing supportive tracks. And yeah, Ruby's vocals were fucking brilliant. Shane Hughes still is my amp. Good. Mark Russell. Lyric videos serve a useful purpose, but proper videos are so much better, especially as they add to the overall sort of aesthetic and lower the band, especially as far as fans further around the world who can't get to the shows are concerned. Yeah, I mean that's kind of my vibe on it. I think now more than ever we only have video, which is why we're doing this. Um, and I think a really, really good video is a great way of getting people into music. Case in fact was Behemoth, a band that I've on and off listened to for, I don't know, every now and again for the last 5 or 10 years. And it wasn't until I really got into YouTube. I was quite late to YouTube. I didn't watch a lot of it. And then the YouTube game appeared, which is where you drink a load of beer and everyone takes it in turns putting on YouTube videos. And the Behemoth videos started to enter into that sort of environment. And that got me into Behemoth. And now I'm just an absolute diehard fan of everything after the Satanist. So, yes, music videos are important. Right. Anything else before I go? Just checking here. No, I don't think so. Any more comments? Saline. Somebody posted about Saline. Yes, in the middle of all the lockdown madness, I did something completely on my own, which is just, I say it sort of goes back to what I was talking about, because I really, really feel like I can't move forward with the crawling if I can't be in the room with the crawling, or I can't be with people or at gigs or seeing shit, because there's no inspiration, there's no organic driving force behind it. So whilst I can't progress with the crawling, it was driving me fucking insane, because all of us, I'm fortunate to have a job in that I can have money and not die of starvation and lose my house and shit. Um, so yes, I have still been working throughout all this, and it has meant all I'm doing is going to work, coming home, going to sleep, getting up, going to work. Days off are spent trying to entertain myself, and every time I try and find a way to relax and chill out, restrictions come in, and then I can't fucking do that anymore. So that left me very, very annoyed, and I had no outlet. So I got a MIDI keyboard, I bought a bass, and learned how to program drums properly, and I have produced music completely separate from the crawling called Saline. Loosely termed black metal, sort of depressive metal. I don't really know. So that's what I've been doing to stop myself from going fucking insane. So yes, I've recorded 3 tracks. 2 are totally finished. 1 is underway, and I'm releasing a single on the 18th of December. So if you're interested in that, it's search for Sollein, Sollein. It'll be on there somewhere. So Hugh Williams, at the end of everything, stay safe. We can have to wait, and we will see you and others. Yep. Great to see the slug funding from Galway Arts Council. Anything up your way? No, nothing that I'm aware of up here. 10 Ton Slug recently got their home city council to fund them, which is just absolutely fucking fantastic. And supporting the arts, it's fantastic. Fair play to Galway. I did apply for something UK based, which obviously includes us in Northern Ireland, but we were rejected. James from the Sourcing Project was heavily involved, acted as a reference. We both wrote a fucking War and Peace case as to why we deserved to get a little bit of funding, and we were knocked back. So I'm a wee bit burned after that, because it was a lot of time and effort the two of us put in, so they could all go and fuck themselves. And I'm just going to do it on my own with you guys, because, yeah, that's the way our fucking heavy metal works up here, obviously. We're left alone to do it on our own, so fuck them. Dimitri, the last CD you bought, online shop? Fuck. Last CD? I haven't bought a CD in fucking years, do you know that? I can't remember. I honestly can't remember. I don't even know what the last. I'm scared to flick open iTunes in case I fucking destroy my computer. The last CD, the last release that I downloaded Does that count? Was the new U8 album, which is fucking fantastic. And Me and That Man, New My Dying Bride. I also recently picked up Moon Lover by Ghostbath. Good album. And the new Isan EP. And what did I got that I'd forgotten about? Oh, new Psychonaut 4. Brilliant. Brutal. Fucking crazy, fucking depressive, suicidal black metal. Well worth listening to. So I haven't bought CDs, but that's what I've been keeping an eye on to download and listen to. Right, what time have we got? 5 to 10. 5 minutes and I'm out of here. Bridget Thomas, hello. Mark Russell, Go On Galway. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant. I think that's so class. Like, Shason just tuned in. Okay, fuck, disgrace. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Appreciate it. Hugh Williams, use your frustration as inspiration. Yeah, I mean, I know I kind of was doing that, but it's hard to explain. I can write songs and they're good tracks and I listen to them and headphones on, a few beers and that's fucking brilliant. But you don't truly understand if the songs are going to work until they're up loud and there's other two guys looking at you and playing the tracks and you get that weird, you start nodding your head. When I was 20, we used to all headbang. That was the signal you'd written something good. But now I'm 44, it's like, you can't do that because I'm tired and old. But there is that, you get that vibe of when you know something's working. And I can't get, it's not possible on my own, not for the crawling. That's what I was saying. So I just took that and I wrote something entirely isolated, which is what the Soline project's about. So yes, it feels riffs, it feels lyrics, and definitely the ideas are there, but I don't want to move too far with it because it's putting me down this weird path, and I would rather wait till I get everyone together. It'll be better music, trust me. What else have we got? What music digs you now? Non-metal and metal at the moment. That's what saying, just the sort of tracks, just those albums that I was saying I just downloaded off the iTunes thing. And before everyone shouts at me, I use iTunes because I have Apple stuff. And allegedly they pay the bands the most money. Non-metal. I had a look at Paris because I saw one video and it was fucking amazing. And that kind of got me interested. I downloaded the album. It's okay. But to be honest, really, I don't really listen to non-metal. I know it's a bit shit because I know there's lots of great music out there and it's all equally dark and maybe not metal. But realistically, I don't listen to anything that isn't heavy metal. Gary listens to a lot of non-metal stuff. Ask him. Mark Russell. Do you think a covers night type of thing would be decent? A few local bands covering each other's songs and having a night of crack and beer as a sort of celebration once gigs return? Yeah, it sounds cool. I think it's one of those things that is a good idea and it would definitely get a bit of interaction going. But at the very, very start, it was really me. I did the Bonnevilles thing, learning a song and kind of putting stuff over it. It's a lot of fucking work. It really fucking is. And as old men with a lot of responsibilities and not as much time as I would like, getting a load of covers together of bands in Belfast that some of them are fucking really, really proficient with their instruments, and can really sing. I don't think I'd have the time or ability. Yeah. Right. Jason's coming in here hard and fast as he's come in late and now he wants to know things. Should have come here fucking earlier. How is the guitar that you previously restored going for you? Are you playing much? The guitar, I restored a Kramer, which will be featuring on we're doing a new playthrough set coming out next week. So that's what we're doing. So the new guitar's on it. Plays well. I see it plays really fucking well. Opinions on Ghost. Very divided opinion. I've seen people getting really upset about that. I fucking love Ghost. It's brilliant. It's great. Um, I don't like all their music. And actually, I think my wife broke me because she listens to a lot of Ghost. I went to see them. Been to see Ghost 3 times. First time was great in Hellfest. Second time I saw them in London. It was in between their getting somewhere and really fucking famous, and there was a definite transition period where they weren't brilliant. That was from live, and there was. I remember at the time thinking there's just not enough happening on stage, and they haven't got a big enough production. But there's a fuckload of people want to come and see them, so they ended up in a really big venue because people wanted to see them, but they didn't have the production to go with it, and it was a bit boring. And also they play a lot of old material which I'm not really into. So Ghost, first few albums, I don't like at all. It sounds really 70s, and I don't like 70s music at all. The new stuff is really, really good, and I enjoy it. I don't worry too much about people think it's pop music or whatever. I don't know. I like it. It's good. Right, that's it. Right, that's an hour. That's a lot longer than I expected, and it was fantastic to have so many people tuning in and asking questions, and that was cool. I enjoyed that. So next few things that are happening: gonna record a single, gonna get it out. It's gonna be released. There's gonna be a T-shirt to go with it. Gonna find out how I can do a fucking music video. Might do a lyric video now after you all maybe chatting about that. And we are gonna release a playthrough on guitar because it's done and the bass is done for another track. And you have to keep an eye on the YouTube channel for that. So I say thanks again. Thank you for buying merchandise. Continue to if you want to buy stuff. The links are all, you know where the shop is on Bandcamp. Keep listening. Keep listening on Spotify, and like, share, and subscribe, and do all those things. So the first thing I want you to do after this video is you have to share a crawling YouTube video on your Facebook or your Twitter or your Instagram, whatever the fuck is it you're on. So do that right now. Thanks for coming, and stay miserable. You know it.